Hey everyone, welcome back to Zach Loves Languages. Today I want to talk about basic greetings in German. Now, you may have heard of the common ones like Guten Tag and Gute Nacht. Well, we're going to go over these. Let's begin. As I mentioned before, there are several German greetings for specific times of the day. For example, we have Guten Tag and Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, and Gute Nacht. Let's go over each of these five greetings in detail. Guten Morgen is basically used in the morning. And unlike other languages in German, you can use Guten Morgen whether you're greeting someone or saying goodbye. This is different from other languages like French, where there's a separate greeting for meeting someone and a separate greeting for leaving. And now we have Guten Tag. Now, Guten Tag is kind of used for two different things. Guten Tag can mean good afternoon, but it can also mean just a generic hello. So if you say Guten Tag, that can be used just as a generic way of meeting someone new for the first time. And regardless of what time of day it is, you just want to greet them. So that would be a good use for Guten Tag. And then we have Guten Abend. This is more or less used for the evening. So Abend in German is translated to evening. Just as an interesting side note, Abend is often used in place of Nacht when referring to the night. And what you'll see as you learn German is that oftentimes when Germans say things like last night, they will often just use Abend, even though Abend technically means evening. So just something to keep in mind there. And lastly, we have Gute Nacht. So Gute Nacht, as I mentioned before, it can be used as an opening or a closing greeting. Opening as in you can be talking to someone and say Gute Nacht when you first see them. And then when you're leaving, you can also say Gute Nacht. This is fairly simple. One thing I want to mention about each of these greetings, because German has gender, each of the times of the day also have a gender. For example, Morgen, morning is masculine, and this noun Morgen is also in the accusative case when it's used as a greeting. So that's why when you have an adjective like gut, which means good, you add en to match the masculine accusative case of Morgen. That's why you get Guten Morgen and not Gute Morgen. As with Morgen, Tag is also in the accusative masculine case. Hence the reason why we say Guten Tag and not Gute Tag. It is the same with Abend. It's Guten Abend to match the accusative masculine case, and not Gute, Abend. Now, Nacht is different. Nacht is in the feminine accusative case. So instead of being Guten Nacht, it's Gute Nacht. Just as a side note, whenever you learn a German noun, always learn the gender along with it. There's no trick to knowing the gender all the time. There are little helpful tricks along the way, but there's no single hard fast rule. You just have to learn the genders along with the nouns. Well, those were the basic German greetings. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and sharing this video with family and friends who may also be interested in learning German. See you next time, guys.